Okay, Alberto, here we are from the rear view, and I want to say congratulations. You did a marvelous job here on this rear view for me that's going to show me some great things. So let's start you out. I'm going to let this run in a little bit of motion here so I can see. I've already taken a look at okay? Like I said, from your side lateral view, I really enjoy your motion whenever you take that first step. What I might want to see, buddy, is to see when your setup is your right shoulder is a little bit too upright. Okay, you're a little bit too upright up in here. I want you to drop that right shoulder, okay, and get your hip a little bit cocked out this way. In other words, what I'm saying is I want to see from here to here, I want this hip to be slightly out in that position, okay? Just kick your left hip out. What that's going to do is going to shift your right eye a little bit further out this way, okay? Let's do this. Let's draw a circle where your head should be. Let's move it over in this area. So that's going to set you up for a better alignment. And then we're going to have a straight line down your right arm. Behind your arm swing is going to be your ball. Okay, so it's just a minor adjustment. That's what we're looking at. Let's draw that again. Right up the top from your head, straight down. This is where we want to set up the head in position for the start. Okay, just a small adjustment, but it's a very important adjustment. There again, if we look at YouTube, and I'm going to relate to this a lot because this is great to go to YouTube and see the pros today, which is a wonderful thing on this internet. Now let's look at the direction of your steps. Beautiful first step on your 5. I love the way that you step left, which is beautiful. But like I told you, from your side lateral view, that ball just flies into the first step. Actually, number 2, very quick, okay? Now, I do love the position of your hand behind the ball, but you see from this position how much you're really walking a little bit too far to the left, okay? 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit left, but not a bad position. Okay, see how you kind of swing around your body? So what I want you to do is to work on that second step's a little bit too dramatic. I think the more I look at it, buddy, I think that step is too far left. Let's work on it not being so far left on that move. So let's just draw it more about right in here. Okay, let's don't cross that line when we make that second step move. 1, too far in. And what that does is it washes your body out. See what we call a washout. It moves everything from here out too far. Okay, a little bit too far. We want to work on that now, which is beautiful. But like I told you, from your side lateral view, that ball just flies into the first step. Actually, number 2, very quick. Okay. Now, I do love the position of your hand behind the ball, but you see from this position how much you're really walking a little bit too far to the left. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit left, but not a bad position. Okay, see how you kind of swing around your body? So what I want you to do is to work on that second step's a little bit too dramatic. I think the more I look at it, buddy, I think that step is too far left. Let's work on it not being so far left on that move. So let's just draw it more about right in here. Okay, let's don't cross that line when we make that second step move. 1, too far in. And what that does is it washes your body out. See what we call a washout. It moves everything from here out too far. Okay, a little bit too far. We want to work on that. Now here we go into the next step. Good swing, good motion, nice position, nice position. Let's get rid of these graphics so we can see. Really a nice position. Now, you look a lot like what I see in the old days before you were really born. Amuleto Monticelli used to do what you're doing here. Your hand is allowing the ball to be too far out to the outside. Okay, what I'm talking about is up here in this position. What I would like to see is your hand more on top of the ball. Okay, I want your hand more up on top of the ball up here. Okay, in this area. In other words, you've got your hand a little bit too far to the inside. Causes inconsistency when you're on the downswing. Okay, so here we go. Pushing off that right knee. That right knee is so good when you come in for the landing. Coming in nice and tight. You have that nice snap release. Okay, let's back that up again. From the top of the swing, coming down. Pretty good position right here. Pretty good position. If we'll take a look, you've got a lot of good things going. You know, a lot of times we want to see that bowling ball nice and tight to the ankle. And obviously you can see that area right here, buddy, is very, very good. Very good position. Okay. Also, another good facet you got going here. I don't have to hurt you too bad on this rear view. It looks like you're in pretty good shape with a lot of this position. Is nice. Very nice. Okay. That's a good line at the finished position. Not a problem. Now, you can see from this position, you have what we call the advanced, almost an advanced pro release. And what I'm talking about here is very, very much a release that you see on tour with Barnes and Wes Malott. As you come through here, your hand comes through and you're going to watch, it's going to kind of swing left. See where that swings left? Now, I'm not a really big proponent of that. It's an okay move, but you see where it heads? It heads left, but it's okay. I just worry about your ball not being on line. Now, in this case, you're on line on this particular shot. In other words, what I'm saying is that direction off your hand is pretty good. Okay, it's really pretty good down the line here. We'll follow this blue line. Here we go. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, you do a really good job of what we call posting. Posting is whenever we come to the foul line and we're really in good balance. Now let's back you up a little bit. I'm going to put you in some regular motion here. Boom. See how you hold your position? And you like to do the Patrick Allen thing with that arm swinging back and forth and back and forth. That's not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we talk about is a good flow. You have wonderful flow, good tempo with your footwork. Okay, a little bit of the snap release. Step too far left. Okay, very, very good. If you ever get in trouble, and I think what we see is your right leg, like I was saying from the side views, we come in, we want to get that right leg out of there even quicker than what we're doing here. See how that right toe is still kind of back and you're still dragging that, you're still behind too far. So what I'm saying is back here, this is still a little bit too far, too close behind. Okay, let's draw another line here so we can see it better. This ball has got to be able to clear an area here. It's got to be able to like fill the hole. We don't want this right knee to be in any position of in trouble to block this ball. Okay, we don't want that to happen. What I'm saying is I want this right leg to really drive more left. In other words, you got a lazy right leg kind of staying behind too long and blocking. Now you do drag that right toe. You drag that right toe, and you like to keep the right leg up. But I'll tell you, if you could work on driving in and giving me a little bit more of a left leg bending. If you were to get that left leg, that strong leverage position, let's draw a little bit of something here from here and get this more here. Okay? Not so stiff going across. You see, you've almost got a stiff leg at this position. See what I'm talking about right here? It's really pretty stiff. It's got a little bit. I saw it from the side view, but just a little bit too much to give you a little bit better leverage position. Okay? You do a good job with your left arm. You don't really pull back with your left arm. It's really nice and smooth. Okay, so let's recap a little bit of this rear view one more time to remember everything we talked about for you and give you a little checklist. Okay, number one, we got a good step, first step, too far left. Okay, too far left of a step. Remember now, we don't want that push away so quick and so down. Okay, here's the good stuff, the free swing. Remember from the side view, we should have your left arm straight out, and now you've got it hanging straight down. Remember? Okay, now we're coming in. You got that beautiful right knee. Now, like I said earlier, the really important part of this is to clear that right knee. You're a little bit too slow with that right knee. Okay? Left leg is a little bit too stiff. The good stuff is, like I said earlier, your swing line is in great shape here. I really love that position. Okay? And I really would like you to work on your follow through not being dead left off your hand with the ball, dead left. Okay? But that's a little bit of a situation I see on tour that causes inconsistency. Okay? So I really love your swing. You got some good things going on, particularly from this rear view. And now let's get into a little bit more of a tempo flow. Actually, you're really good with that. We don't even need to think about tempo. I love your tempo. Everything is fabulous with your cadence and your walk. Okay? All right. That's great on your side view, your rear view. Let's take a minute and stop this video and talk about your release view.